Class of 2013, family, friends, my name is Joshua Behunin, and it's a pleasure to meet you all. Perhaps it's no surprise that this is the first time many of us have met. Some of us have worked through a combination of day school, work, taking care of the kids, running a business, online school, and night school, all in order to get here today. In the end, though, we all started with the same desire to aspire to something greater, and knew that obtaining a higher education was step one to attaining that end. Class of 2013 represents those who will be the next leaders in graphic design, criminal justice, business management, healthcare, and more. There is no doubt that the road each of us walked was long, regardless of how long it took us to get here. As I reflect, there were some 9-week terms that felt like a week and a half. There were others that felt like they would never end. But in the end, that was the point, to be challenged and to overcome. I remember this, learning this lesson actually in my sophomore year in high school. There was a math teacher who was known to be overly and unnecessarily difficult, and everyone avoided her class. I actually found myself sitting in her class that year and knew I had to do everything in my power to get out. In the end, I succeeded, but not before gaining a valuable bit of wisdom that has never left me. Upon my exit of the class, my instructor's parting words were, and I quote, "I have found over the years that people are capable of what is required of them." And that kind of hit me hard. That kind of was a burn, I felt like. But once again, people are capable of what was required of them. I blew it off, but later realized the fundamental truth of that statement. I think perhaps unknowingly, many of us have lived by this principle these last few years. Yes, even through the key graded assignments, which we love so much. In fact, we love them so much, we assigned the initialism KGA, just to avoid really coming to terms with the reality of those heavily weighted projects. Now, friends and family, remember that term KGA because it's going to come back later. We couldn't have made it here, though, without our instructors, program chairs, our families and friends, and of course, each other. I wanted to find out in preparing for this speech that we were now part of some 1%, some elite percentage of people that graduate college. The reality is that there are more people graduating than ever before. Having a degree no longer puts us in front of everybody else and, in line for our desired career jobs. We've got a lot of work to do. The road to success is indeed one step closer, but in fact, it is still some way from here. And to be slightly repetitive, we are capable of doing what is required of us. By that truth, I am confident that as we part ways tonight, we will all be successful in our own fashion. To conclude my remarks this evening, I wrote a little song by suggestion of my father-in-law, Lee, as sort of a celebration and tribute or farewell. And one, I hope you'll allow me to sing it to you, and to excuse me for my poor sense of lyricism and humor.
So here's a story of Westwood Anaheim, where we spent a few years. Some of us did hard time. And here's a song for the KGAs, where some of us waited until the last day, staying up all night, combing the interweb, words ringing in our ears. No Wikipedia, yet we all pulled through, enduring the long night. These words ring sweet, they are a lullaby. No more KGAs, no more KGAs. Here we stay, with no more KGAs. So here's a song of hard truths ahead of us, There are no foosball tables in most offices, and libraries won't close at 9. You better get your read on at an appropriate time. If at first it doesn't work out, we'll come back and retrain. Indulge in a little free popcorn supplied by student A. And here's our song for dear Sally Mae. We'll be in debt to you till our dying day. No more KGAs. We'll revere this day with no more KGAs. I don't know about you, but at least for me, I think I lost 3 or 4 USBs. Peterson, Campbell, Nick Valdez, Sanders, Garvey, Neubauer, program chair heads, Kim Thompson too, and all the general ed crew. Angel Minor, we haven't forgot you. To the Westwood staff, goodbye for now. We bid you farewell. This is where we bow out. But first, no more KGAs. No more KGAs. We'll revere this day with no more KGAs. One more time. No more KGAs. No more KGAs. We'll revere this day with no more KGAs.